Hi, I'm Vinay Kumar, a behavioral coach. I would like to talk something on the success and failure in what I may term as failure is success. It's a sunny and warm afternoon and you're watching your favorite TV show at home. Someone knocks on the door and you open it. A young man in a business suit asks you, "Good afternoon, my name is Albert Einstein and I'm offering you a very affordable life insurance plan for you and your family. Would you be interested?" My friends, you heard it right. Albert Einstein was selling life insurance and had to work many odd jobs to sustain himself. His father died believing he was a complete failure. He was a complete failure until he found his feverish excitement in physics. We all know MS Dhoni, the great modern day cricketer. He used to work as a TT at Kharagpur railway station, staying with his friends in a small house and bathing in open near a well. Coming from a small town with a humble background, irrespective of the circumstances outside, his heart was set on cricket, and eventually he went on to become one of the greatest leaders in the cricket world. Also, to talk about Steve Jobs, the late Apple's founder, who is arguably the poster child for transforming from failure to success. He was dropped out of Oregon College and kicked out of, he set up his own company and later he was moved out of it and coming back to the same company and making it one of the most valuable companies on the planet. My friends, Steve Jobs revolutionized the world and made it truly a global village with the invention of smartphones. But mind you, he is a person with no substantial technical background. So there are many such legendaries across the world who have transformed from being the biggest failures to the biggest success. And the reason for that is simple. They have understood the anatomy of success and failure. So here are the three most important principles we need to understand which made them massively successful. The first principle is there is no such thing as failure. In fact, success and failures are two sides of the same coin. Sounds cliche? Let's decode it. A child who is learning bicycle may fall 10 times or 20 times in the process, but that's not failure. Rather, it is coming closer to the understanding of how to balance the body and the vehicle. A programmer who is coding a complex program may falter multiple times, but with every failure, he is coming that much closer to the success. As the prolific inventor Thomas Alva Edison puts it across, I did not fail thousands of times, rather there were the several thousand things that did not work. Brilliant. A sprinter fails thousands of times on the track before winning the race. So my friends, what we need to understand is there is no such thing as failure. In fact, they create the path for success. And the wise people have always understood that failure is nothing but success in disguise and they both are complementary to each other. So that's the first principle. There is no such thing as failure. And the second principle is deeper the failure, higher the success. To put it metaphorically, the height of the tree is inversely proportional to the depth of its roots. My friends, the most successful people on the planet have failed more than the average ones. Mahatma Gandhi ji had experienced multiple failures before taking the nation towards independence. Nelson Mandela had been imprisoned for 27 long years, yet he remained unperturbed and led the transition from apartheid to a multiracial democracy. So when we set the goal, the failures are bound to happen and they are inevitable. Hence, it can be rightly said that ordinary failures implies ordinary success. Extraordinary failures implies extraordinary success, and no failures implies no success. So friends, success and failures are inversely proportional to each other. Right, so let's understand the third and the most important principle. Success is a journey and not an end result. Virat Kohli, the captain of Indian cricket team, was once asked the question about the secret behind his success, and his reply was epic. I don't focus on the success or on the end result. Rather, my focus is on the process. It's only one match at a time, and within the match, it's one ball at a time. It so happens many times that I do not see the crowd, I do not see the bowler, and only the ball is visible. And sometimes the shots are so perfect that I'll be surprised myself. friends, only people like Virat Kohli who have tasted the massive success can speak these words, that their focus is on the journey and the result will take care of itself. And this journey is what Dr. Abdul Kalam calls it as the theory of flow. And this theory of flow has been beautifully explained by Dr. Kalam in his book The Wings of Fire. And this is also the secret behind his genius. So this flow can also be called as the moments of magic. Flow is a sensation we experience when we act with total involvement. During flow, the action follows action according to the internal logic, and it doesn't require your conscious intervention. There is no hurry, there are no distractions. There is no past, there is no future. In fact, the distinction between the self and the activity is nilled, it's nullified. Even if you are working very hard, you will still remain relaxed, energetic and fresh during the flow. So how does this flow work? The first requirement to experience this flow is when you are presented a challenge, not an overwhelming challenge, but the one that stretches you a little, something which makes you realize that you are performing the task better today than you did yesterday. And the second prerequisite for being in flow is the availability of significant span of uninterrupted time. I repeat, the availability of significant span of uninterrupted time. My friends, it's almost impossible to experience the flow if you are caught by interruptions. Dr. Kalam says that he would experience this stage multiple times, almost every day of his SLV mission. So it so happens that he would be so caught up with his work that it would be way past midnight, and his colleagues are not seen around. And many other times he would not be aware of his lunch hours and missed his meals. He would be in the flow. Virat Kohli also experiences the same flow while batting, and the magic happens. So when we identify the work and do the job that we love to do the most, we also experience the flow. I would talk about how to identify the goal or the job that we love to do the most in the next video. So to reiterate, the three most important principles adopted by genius people in dealing with failure and success are: number one, there is no such thing as failure. Number two, deeper the failure, higher the success. Number three, success is a journey and not an end result. Thank you very much, friends. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.